Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another true crime / conspiracy theory / spooky ooky reading. So today we are going to do the Skinwalker Ranch. So I don't really know much about it. All I know is that it's been a highly requested video, and everyone tells me that there's a lot of rumors that there are cryptids, there are hauntings, ghosts, shadow people, UFO aliens at this place. So I am just going to kind of see what the energy is like there and if there's anything interesting or wild or whatever there. Trying to be respectful as possible and see what I pull. So remember, these readings are all alleged for entertainment purposes only, and let's get started. So if you haven't seen some of my other conspiracy theories and stuff, check out them on my channel. I just recently did the Bermuda Triangle, but let's see here. Okay, so the Tower is reversed. So Tower reversed is about restructuring from something. The Knight of Pentacles is consistency, and the Eight of Pentacles is about effort. Devil card. Okay. Ten of Pentacles. Four of Swords. Okay, so I can tell you wherever this is placed, the land or the area used to be something way different, because the Tower is a restructuring. So it's like whatever this is now was not what it used to be. And the Knight of Pentacles is about consistency, and the Eight of Pentacles is effort. So for me, what that means is that even though the area has been changed, and even though what's on top of that land now is different, whatever was there remains. Whatever energy or thing or whatever usage it has remains. The Devil card here makes me think of, sometimes it's negativity, but I see that more. Think of it like witchcraft, or think of it like spirituality, because the Ten of Pentacles is money and the Four of Swords is reversed. So the Four of Swords is like a rejection or a healing of wounds. And to me, I see the Four of Swords as like pain and suffering. So if we see the Devil card and money in between of it, it's like, I totally see that as like stealing of land. So I do believe there's some sort of Native American tie here, but I'm not quite certain because I did not do my research on here. So put in the comments down below and kind of if there's anything like that. But it does look to me like this particular area had some significance periodically a time ago. And it looks like, because this is giving me very like people came, took the land, or did what they wanted with the land, and it had a specific usage, especially with the Devil card. I know a lot of previous what's the word? I've read, and I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate, but I believe it to be true, that Native Americans used to banish spirits in specific areas and told people to, especially the people who came to land, they told them don't go over there, and they didn't care, and they built on top of it anyways. So to me, it's feeling very much like that. Where it's like this specific space was designated for something, and was explicitly told to many that it was supposed to be utilized for something, and it was ignored, because the Ten of Pentacles means it was ignored for financial reasons. So that makes me think of the people who either claimed the land, stole the land, whatever the case may be. Especially because Devil means it's still there. So I don't know if I would necessarily heighten that to a curse. I guess it's probably somewhat similar. But to me, it doesn't really look like a direct curse as much as it looks like this is what this was used for, and it's always going to be used for this. You're the one intruding on what it was planned for. So that's like, I feel like the word curse in this instance would imply that like this isn't what it's supposed to be used for, but it is, and it always has been. So if anything, you're intruding on something that has pre-existed before you. So it's almost like you're the guest in the space, even though you think you own it. That's what I'm seeing. That's what that translates to, especially with the Four of Swords reversed, because the Four of Swords is like pain and suffering that's like cyclical, and the Four of Swords being reversed is like that would be like not being able to deal with it, like it's constantly happening and I'm trying to avoid it, but it's not going anywhere. So okay, let's keep pulling. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, again, the Seven of Wands is the underdog. So the Seven of Wands would be about wanting to prove yourself. And I also see that as proving people wrong. However, the Queen of Swords, that is a particular so first of all, obviously you see the imagery, right? Someone reading a book, and then we see the Page of Swords, an opportunity not worth fighting for. The Queen of Swords is very pointed with her words. So for me, I see this as warnings. This totally looks like warnings. Like maybe there's like a legend or something here that was warned about. Maybe there's a specific book or there was something. I don't think it's inherently negative or toxic, and I don't think it's as big as the media or hype is making it. To me, it seems more respect oriented, because Queen of Swords, yes, she can be seen as somewhat scary, right? That energy can be somewhat intimidating, but the Queen of Swords is well versed and well knowledged. She has a lot of information, and she is spouting that information. She may not be doing it in an emotionally, fulfilling way or a kind way, but she is giving you the raw information. So for me, it doesn't particularly look scary or intimidating as much as it is fact. That's what it reads as, or at least her version of the truth. So in this instance, that would be the energy, because I don't think that's a specific person. I think it's just like the energy. Okay. Allegedly for newspapers only. Okay. Yes. So the Four of Cups is reversed, which is apathy and detachment. The Star being reversed is negative attention, and the Chariot being upright. First of all, I also believe that there has to be some form of misinformation that is purposely spread about this area in order to gain traction or to distract. Because the Chariot is about moving on. So that's like, there is something here, but there's also some level of manipulation in terms of the story to make it seem darker and more evil than it is. And that to me looks strategic, especially with the Star. It's almost like wanting people to have bad press or wanting people to look bad. So there is some level of I'm going to embarrass you attached to the legends here. I'm not really sure what that exactly means, but it looks like it might be perhaps someone disrespecting the spiritual nature of something or someone's belief system, or perhaps bringing attention to a negative aspect without realizing why that negative aspect happened. You know what I mean? Like there's a cause to it. There's a cause to an effect, and ignoring the cause and focusing on the effect. You know what I mean? It just seems like there's a narrative switch here. And it seems like someone's getting the brunt of negative sort of connotations for no reason. It's misinformation. Yeah, Emperor's upright. Again, this gives me like Hunter. It gives me like it's like a dominating, controlling person. It's like a businessman coming in and being like, we're gonna spin this. It's weird. I don't know what that means. I guess you guys can help me in the comments down below, because the Three of Pentacles is like job. So it's like, how do we make money? How do we build here? How do we get this? And the Ace of Cups is about I see that as like bonds. So that's like the bonds you share with other people and the loving bonds to others. And it looks to me like, perhaps there was someone here that appeared to be kind and courteous a long periodically time ago and made a lot of connections with people, but was using them and manipulated a lot of people into giving things up that they didn't want to give up. Perhaps even the land in general. But there's definitely a lot of history here. The Queen of Cups being reversed, the Seven of Wands upright, and the King of Wands reversed. So King of Wands being reversed, misguided aggression. The Six of Wands is ego, and the Queen of Cups being reversed is a lack of emotion. So there had to have been, in this particular area, there had to have been something a long time ago that is some sort of like, I don't know if that's like a riot or if that's like a protest or something, but there was some sort of kickback around this area to try to prevent this. I'm not really sure what that means. Yeah, the Justice card is reversed, which means the system kind of failed. It definitely failed here. Page of Pentacles being reversed says that there was too much expectation, and then the Six of Pentacles is about falling through. I wonder if there were issues with, it may not be this exact area, it might be somewhere near this area, but I'm wondering if there was something that they were trying to protest being built, and then it was just like there's nothing they could do, because this gives me like industries coming in and building, industries doing things in the area, people taking land and building on it. It just is very much like an entrepreneur comes in and sort of walks in and owns the place, even though they don't. So it's giving very that. And then there's misinformation spread about the purpose of this place. This place does not feel negative to me, even though the devil card is there. The star reverse makes me feel like it's not as negative as people are saying. And if there is negativity there, there's a cause to that effect. So I'm not feeling like certain things are unwarranted. And I feel like stories and narratives are being sort of manipulated. The Eight of Wands is a slowing down. The Fool is about not being naive and don't be so simple-minded. And then the Seven of Swords is a failure. So for me, I see that as like, just because the story, it's basically like, okay, let me give you an example. You know how whoever wins the war gets to steer the narrative because the loser doesn't have anyone to sort of like talk about their loss? That's what it is. It's like, well, you won, so you get to steer the narrative to make you look however you want to look. That's what it's giving in terms of this energy in this space. It might not be the exact space. It might be something adjacent to it, or perhaps the land around it. I don't know. All I can tell you is that's what it's looking like. Sure, the narrative is the way it is because you are in control of it, because you won. And I don't think you won by fair means. That's kind of what I see for this. It doesn't, do I think that there's some spiritual activity? Absolutely. 100%. It just does. I just don't believe that it's like as scary and crazy as everyone is saying. I think that that's probably where the misinformation is. Yeah. See, Five of Pentacles. I knew it. You have the power over me. The reason you have the power over me is because you won. The world is upright, which to me, it makes me think of the actual world, like the actual planet. As well as the fact it's like the unfinished business, and then the Empress is reverse, a lack of empathy, a lack of sympathy, a lack of caring and nurturing. I'm trying to see, is there? I feel like there's somebody there has to be something that frequents that area that never stopped. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means, but there's something that frequents that area that never stopped. And I'm telling you right now, I really do think something's banished there. I just keep seeing something being banished there, and I keep seeing like a barrier around something, and the Eight of Swords is something that's trapped. And then the Four of Wands, the environment, so it's trapped in the environment, the Nine of Cups, not people that we want. I do believe something was banished there at some point in time. I do believe that. I stand behind that. I see that 100%. Look, it's even like a spirit because it's like the Ouija board. But yeah, the Ace of Swords, that's an opportunity. The Two of Wands, conflicting energy, and the Knight of Wands. It's like, it's trying to quell something's anger or something's frustration or something's actions. Yep, self-sabotage. Again, this is someone's spirituality because this is like a religion card. And then the Ten of Swords is self-sabotage, and the Hermit's reverse, out of your comfort zone. And I think especially with the Hierophant reverse, it's a lack of follow-through. So it's like, even if you were to give somebody land or you were to teach them something, it's like you need to make sure you do this to keep it flowing. Even if it's like we banish someone and you have to constantly do a certain thing to make sure it remains banished, and then they don't. There's just something there. So I don't know if that's in addition to all of this or the main focus of this, but it's there, and I see it loud and clear. This reading came really loud and clear. And to reiterate, it doesn't seem as scary as everyone's trying to make it seem. I think it's a little bit amped up, and I think it has to do with misinformation, disinformation, and I think it's to make certain people look worse than they really are. So that's what I see. Allegedly for entertainers only. If you like that, make sure you tip. There's a link to my people down below. Follow me, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Antphrodite. I do these live on Twitch before they go on YouTube, so check us out there and hang out with us. And until next time, bye guys.